Welcome back. New at midday, Clark County saw 152 traffic fatalities last month. That's up by 11 deaths compared to the same time last year. The Nevada Office of Traffic Safety released new numbers just this morning. Clark County also saw more crashes in October of this year than last year. Now, a majority of those deaths were pedestrian and motorcyclists. So with daylight savings time ending, driving can become even more dangerous. Joining us now to talk about all of this is Nevada Office of Traffic Safety Public Information Officer Andrew Bennett. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Let's start off with fatal crashes. So as we know, they're up here in Nevada and Clark County. What do you think factors into this, and why are they on the rise?
Unfortunately, our holiday season from Halloween through New Year's Eve, we historically see that increase. But to see a 27% increase in the month of October alone, which translated to 27 lives lost just in the last 31 days, that's concerning to us. And that lack of seatbelt usage, speed, and impairment continues to be those lead causes behind these crashes.
Yeah, I feel like I've talked to you about this on the regular. Why are we not improving? What's the problem here?
Accountability is doing the right thing when nobody's looking. And unfortunately, we seem to be lacking in some accountability on our roadways with some of our drivers. 99% of the people get home safely on a daily basis. But our goal is to eliminate those fatalities the best we can. And we need the public's participation in always wearing their seatbelt, slowing down, and driving sober. And we really have to get that through people's heads, or we will have empty seats at the Thanksgiving table this year.
So do you have any safety tips, any driving safety tips, just tips for people in general as they head out, especially because we know that now it gets dark a little bit earlier. So any tips for everyone at home?
With pedestrian fatalities up 34% so far this year, we really need to make sure that people are, updating and, adjusting their ability to drive. Older drivers might have a little more difficult seeing at night, and they need to be aware of that. The sun might be in your way, as you're driving to or from work or school. We want to make sure that you always are watching out for pedestrians, as it is the primary responsibility of the driver to make sure that we all do get home safely. For pedestrians, making sure that you're crossing at the infrastructure that's provided to give you the best chance of crossing the street safely.
What about the rain? I know typically, at least from my experience, it seems like when it starts to rain, people start to kind of go all over the place on the roadway. Any advice for that?
With, I think we're over 200 days with the lack of rain here in Clark County. As soon as it does rain and we get a thorough rain, our roads are going to be incredibly slick. And for people who have moved here in the last 200 days that haven't experienced what slick roadways are like here in town, it's different here. All those oils come up from the asphalt, and it's almost impossible to stop when you think you need to. So we're always encouraging people to take that extra time, give yourself more space, and be extra cautious when it does rain, and hopefully it does soon.
And before we run out of time, do you have any new campaigns you want to mention?
Sure. So real quickly, the next 2 weeks, people can expect to see an increase in enforcement. We will be out participating in the Click It or Ticket through our Joining Forces program. It is the law in the state of Nevada to always buckle up, especially during the holiday season. We saw an increase over the last 2 years during this time. So we want to make sure everybody arrives home safely and buckles up.
All right, Andrew Bennett, thank you so much for all of your advice. We really appreciate having you here on Midday. We will check in with you again soon.
Thanks so much.
And we'll be right back.